Welcome to Strategy with Sally. It is 2025 and this is the first official Strategy with Sally live stream of the year. So today is really about catching you up on what happened during Team Retreat, what changes will be coming this year, and some reflection on everything that happened in 2024. All right, hang on in as we do our theme song and we wait for all of the elites to come on in.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2025 here in the OmniSAM world. We're so excited to be kicking off a brand new year. We are still in startup. We've still got teething issues, but we are trying our best to serve you all right now. And I want to share with you today what came out of our team retreat. So last week, we spent 3 full days. My team was so tired at the end, mapping out what we want to achieve in 2025. So before I kick off, I would love to hear from you. Do you have a goal? What is your goal for 2025? Have you broken that down yet? Let me know in the chat. Have you broken your goal down. Now, before I go any further, actually, I just want to do a shout out to the elites that are listening. We have a brand new elite room for the VOZ. I've had some issues with all the new Zoom updates, and I can't get in and actually change anything on the Zoom account. And if you're aware, in the VOZ, we've got breakout rooms for different things, and I need to be able to edit the breakout room. So there is a brand new link. I did send an email to all the elites this morning with the new link. So if you can't find it, please just email us at support@omnisam.com.au and the team will forward that through to you. As you know, we can't put it out to the general public because, well, the last time I accidentally did that, we got Zoom bombers, which is people coming in showing us naked videos, which wasn't very fun. My husband's passing my glasses. I don't need them right yet, but thank you, honey. And he's brought my first coffee of the day. Isn't he amazing? Everyone needs a Danny. All right. So let's reflect back on 2024. As you all know, we started OmniSAM and I transitioned from the Sparkle Class Academy across into OmniSAM. And let's just turn off the ding-dongs for the play, join and leave sound because that keeps coming through. So in 2024, I transitioned and I brought on some business partners. My business partner's here. I don't know if she's screen ready. Jackie Ashley, are you screen ready if I was to bring you up to talk about the team retreat? Yeah, she's nodding. Okay. Didn't want to bring her up and then we'd end up. So here we are. Here's Jackie. Hey, good morning, my beautiful friend, business partner. You're on mute just before you start talking, letting you know. So we had team retreat. And, with everything that happened last year, we had a bit of a chat about that on our campfire chat. Do you want to share with the viewers out there and the elites, what has come out of team retreat? Like, I've not told her that I'll bring her up, but she's good at winging it.
Good morning. Good morning. I love a spontaneous show up, don't we all? Team retreat. Yeah, every business, I think it's a must for every business to do a team retreat or your own business retreat, which means what is this? We basically lock ourselves up for 3 days. The whole team, we come together within these 3 days. We basically go through our values, our business values, our core values, our vision, and boy, do we have a vision. We have an audacious goal that I think we've had to reassess yesterday morning. But your goals and your rocks, your smaller goals, that's going to help you to reach your bigger vision goals. And these are really, really important for you to take some time out for you to actually sit down and really think about it and come together with your team, your VAs, to really talk about what this looks like. Because most of the time, if you think about it, you're always doing something in your business, right? And so you really need these time to take some time off to really reflect. And with this, we got a lot done. We got a lot about our vision. We got to also reconfirm that everyone was on the same page. You want to make sure that your team is on the same page with you in terms of your bigger goal, your bigger vision as well. So this is really, really important to do something like this. And I know our team, we've all learned so much, not just about the business, but from each other as well, so this is going to really fast track our goals, our fast track, and also our results as well.
Yeah. So like Jackie said, we did lock ourselves up and Jackie came down so that we were in the same room together and she was working Sally hours, which is a bit crazy, but we're going to fix that this year. We are going to fix that this year. But I do recommend the same thing. The biggest thing that we look at is what is our rocks for the quarter. So there's a really good analogy that explains what rocks are and versus what most of us do every day. We look like that swan, and we're beautiful on the top, but we're paddling away underneath, and we're working on a lot of tasks that are not actually helping to get us towards the bigger goal, the quarterly goal, the 1 year goal, the 3 and 10-year goal. And if you think of a cup, right, and all of these little insignificant tasks that you do are the sand, right? And if you put all the sand into the cup first and then you try to put the rocks in, what happens? The bigger goals, there's nowhere for them to fit because you're working all on the insignificant tasks that you haven't strategically thought about. Are they helping us progress towards that bigger goal? So what we do is we start right up at the 10-year target. Now, that's that audacious, crazy goal. If it doesn't scare you, it's probably not big enough. Then the next one under that is we go to our 3-year picture. So what do we have to be at 3 years to get to that 10-year one? And then we look at the 1-year picture and then quarterly rocks. What are the 3 to 7 major rocks that will help us achieve our 1-year target? So if you put the rocks in first, you now know what you're working on. And then when you put the sand into the cup, it sprinkles all around the rocks and fills up all the gaps, right? So it is really important that you do know that the actions and activities that you're taking are connected to the bigger plan, right? Is it really important to be spending 3 weeks making quote posts for social media? How is that helping the rock? Now, before we even get to the rocks, that's on the last day, we did our core values. So here, Jackie, I've just got this up here. I've brought up our, let's find it here. So this is what came out of so I typed this up on the weekend from the event. And together as a team, we discussed our core values and how these core values not only work within the team and how we hire and fire, but also when and how we say yes to clients, how we treat clients, right? And then we looked at you would know this one as your mission statement, right? We call it our passion. And we spent a lot of time refining this. And our passion is to create a simplified business system with a heart. And then what do we do best? We do automation, AI, and we streamline process-driven solutions. So that made us think about, all of the graphic design work that we're doing and other things. Is that something better outsourced? Because what we do best is automation, systems. So we need to be thinking every time we say yes to something, is it helping the mission, the passion we have? And is it also part of what we do best? So even if we get invited to events and things, we will consider this because we don't want to be taken off task. Then we had to sit and work out who is our target market. Now, we did a lot of reflecting, didn't we, Jackie, about the Canva Made Easy challenge?
Oh, yes. That was a hard decision because I know you love it. And it is a great challenge to have as well, because I think everyone needs it. But we made a decision around that.
Yes, because it really wasn't attracting the right types of people, right? Not that we didn't find some of our ideal clients in there, but, having a really low lead cost and getting thousands of people coming through, it's a bit of a drug. And you're like, oh, yeah, look at all these beautiful people, but they're not the right people. And we're really, like Jackie, we are that beautiful swan swimming underneath trying to keep up. Because imagine getting 1,000 brand new leads coming in a week. then sorting them and, spending a lot of time with people that really weren't our ideal client. Not that some of them, like I said,
learning though.
It was
a learning for you, because I think we did this with intention initially, because you said we wanted to make sure that our software, that we had all these people coming, so we know what problems to solve as well. If we didn't have anyone coming to use our systems, we wouldn't know what problems to solve either. So, and also we didn't know what we realized, what we needed to help the target market as well, right? So,
yeah, it definitely, and I guess because that's my background. I'm a graphic designer, right? That's how I started on this crazy ride, right? I've always been the arty one, and graphic design was what I studied when I went back to uni in my 30s, and then I was teaching at unis and TAFEs and all the places, different schools around Melbourne, teaching graphic design before I even finished my degree, because I started out in the early 2000s as a photographer, which sort of transitioned into graphic design. And, Canva, as soon as Canva was launched into the world, I was one of the first people they invited to be a certified creative, because I was out there teaching people about the software, and I love it. But regardless, we need to just do it for fun.
Yes, I was going to say, it doesn't mean that we can't do it, right?
And we still run... That's it. And we still run graphic sessions inside of the elite community. So graphics is not going away, but it won't be our main lead magnet into this community, because it's really not what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. So we defined 3 major groups. So one is growth-focused coaches and consultants. So these are people that are, making about $5,000 plus or $60,000 a year, because they're ready to invest in systems and they appreciate the value of paying for a service that's going to save them time. The same with service-based small businesses and action-orientated entrepreneurs with revenue. So these people all have a client. They're not in startup. Now, that does not mean that some startups won't still come to us, but just think, if we were only marketing to startups, what would these businesses that already have an established business think when they see our marketing material? Well, I'm not a startup. But if a startup business sees an ad about a system and a process for a more established business, they're going to be like, oh, I want that now. So this is something I learned. I can't remember who said it to me once, but always make your marketing material for the people up here, right? Your best, your dreamiest clients. Because the people that are down here are looking to be there. But if you advertise down here, because this is usually the lower hanging fruit, the people up there are not going to be interested, because they're like, well, I've already passed that. So we did go into more detail about the target market here, and we broke it down further into, an SOP with who we serve, what those segments are, a bit more of a definition about those those 3 different types of people. The way in which we do speak to coaches could be different than, so the service-based businesses, which are, accounting and legal, a bit more sort of professional-like. So we're going to be running the same creative for marketing with different messaging for each of these groups. And guess what? We're going to measure it, because it may get niched even more when we come to this time next year. Then after we did the marketing strategy to work out the list, the next thing in marketing was, what are 3 things that make us unique? This one went on for a while, didn't it, Jackie? But we did get to, we are an all-in-one CRM, sales, automation, and marketing business solution. That's one thing that makes us unique. Now, when you're working at your own uniques, it doesn't mean that another company doesn't have something like yours. It just means your three uniques, nobody has all three. They might have two, but they don't have all three. The other thing we have is tailored support with training and done for you. So a lot of agencies will do it for you, but then they don't teach you how to use it. They'll give you a basic handover, maybe, 30 days of support, and then that's it. We want to continue to plug all the holes for each of you individually as well. And we want to empower businesses through growth, but this is the biggest unique that's different. Community and expertise. What that means is we want to build a really big community using the same software, using the same processes, learning our framework, and then it's like an ecosystem. Everyone's working on their own individual businesses, but we've got an ecosystem of people that can help each other. And if you didn't hear, if you're an elite, we haven't written the email yet, but we are doing a call out to elites who would like to teach in front of our paid community. So that is where the expertise come into it. We're going to give our community opportunities to commit to teaching inside of our paid community. Now think about it. Those paid community members are willing to pay. And if you get clients from it, yay, that's good karma. And we want you to commit to either a weekly, a fortnightly, or a monthly session for the next 12 months. But not only will you get to teach inside of the Elite program, we will bring you onto the podcast. We will promote you in our marketing materials as well. Because karma, right? Because the world is big enough for us all to share in these amazing customers. So I think this is the VOZ. This is the Elite program. This is truly what makes us unique from other people. Now, I would love to see everyone who's watching or even on the replay or in Zoom, type up your goals. Jackie and I would love to have a read through them soon. All right, then we had to do our proven process. So as you all know, we teach a process, we call it the 7 stages of the customer's life cycle. I'm rebuilding the businesses in a box this year because the person I got to help set up all the businesses in a box, they did what I needed and it's there, but it's not set up in the 7 stages. So you'll see some new changes coming for that this year. But this is what we teach. Stage 1, lead gen. Stage 2, indoctrination. Stage 3, nurture to convert. Stage 4 is sales. Stage 5, onboarding and fulfillment. Stage 6, upsell. And 7 is reviews and referrals. And in regards to when we build our automations, our landing pages, we file using these stages. And then stage 8, we call it miscellaneous or reporting. So that when we go into our Google Drive, when we go into our workflows, when we go into our landing pages and funnels, everything is sorted into these stages. Then once we, agreed that we're not changing them, what we had to do was work out, that's great for our audience. This is what we want you to do. But what do you put under each of these stages? What are your lead generation tools, resources, funnels, right? What are your indoctrination, like getting to know you, orientation type stuff about you? What is your nurture to convert strategy? What do you do during the sales processes? Once they say yes, then what? What is the onboarding process? And further to that, fulfillment, if it's beyond that 30-day. Then, of course, where are there opportunities to upsell or cross-sell? And then reviews and referrals, creates a full circle back to helping you generate leads and new clients. So we broke ours down even further into the proven process that we have with the 7 stages, and we worked out that our main lead generation is paid ads. We run live events or challenges. We run GSD workshops. And there's the live events, and also lots of networking with larger companies is a big part, which ended up being one of our major rocks. Setting a plan to research companies that are in alignment with our target market and working out pitch decks and strategies of how are we going to approach these different companies to discuss collaborating with them. And other ones is just going to live events ourselves to network with decision makers, with founders and directors of different companies as well. So that's our stage 1. What is yours? Have you mapped out exactly how you're going to get new leads? Now, this is not posting on social media. Posting on social media is under the nurture to convert because those people already know you. Lead generation is about how do I get in front of new humans that don't yet know me. Okay, how to nurture them, that comes into stage 3. Now that's posting on social media. Next is indoctrination. What do we do so that they can get to know us? Well, we do sales calls. We run demo sessions. We ensure that our offer aligns with what the potential customer has, what solutions they're after. And then we define and this must have accidentally gotten deleted, we define a 30-day target of what is the most important thing that prospect would like to see done in the first 30 days. Now, this was huge for us to sit there and talk about because, as you know, we have had some problems and some teething problems, right, Jackie, in startup with the amount of traffic coming in and the amount of jobs coming in, but customer service has not been great. And that is a huge part of our focus in this quarter to really get everything nailed down for customer service and really create a big win for every single person who joins us in the first 30 days. I mean, Jackie, you speak to this. Like, it's horrible, right? That whole good karma feeling that we get when we do not deliver. Both of us, like, it makes us feel, I feel sick and horrible. What do you feel like when you get those emails of this hasn't happened?
I get disappointed because that's the one thing that we do strive in our company is customer services. And I know most of you would think, oh my God, you have had amazing, but we have, there have been ups and also downs as well, where we haven't been able to give the best customer services to some of the clients that needed them because we've also had to go through, like all business startups, employee restructuring, because you may hire the team, but they may not also be the right team. And you may not know until all the, excuse the language, the shit starts happening and, and come back to you and you realize this hasn't been done, that hasn't been done. So what we're doing is we're going back to, okay, so how can we fix this? And we hope, and, apologies again for all those clients out there who are with us currently. We are working through this with you. So please, we just ask that you be patient with us right now because we are working it to make it the best customer service for you again. And that's why we want to connect with you and we want to show you how amazing our customer service can be. And this has always been our main focus. And right now, this is definitely something that this is our top number 1 priority to work on as well. So
Yes.
If you
And
hear us calling and reaching out to you, it's because we want to make sure that you get the best service and
and
iron out any issues. Yeah,
that's
sorry,
it.
Sally.
Yeah, no, I love that you said, like, please, if you could try, I mean, I know you're all running businesses, but if you can just try, you will not regret it. If you please stay through with us through the teething issues that we're having. We've got one
And reach
client,
us to us. Yeah.
like, and the same as, like, you don't know what's going to break until it breaks. Like, we've got one client who came across from another agency, and we set them up a brand new account and we're so excited. And then we realized that we should have just edited the old account. And we didn't know that until it happened, right? So now we're on the back foot trying to catch up because we didn't know what was going to break, and also some staffing issues. That was there's about 3 people that really were under a certain staff member that we had to let go. So then we move into stage 3, nurture. So now you've done your sales calls and you're giving the demo, and you've shown them what you need to. And of course, we'll continue to then, if they don't say yes, we'll continue to follow up. So what do we do in nurture to convert? We make sure that we've got an opportunity pipeline that we manage, so we know people who move from a cold lead to a warm lead to a sales qualified lead. Because also, if we've got lots of leads coming in, we need to make sure we're very time poor here at the moment with just both Jackie and I working in marketing and sales. We need to spend time with the right people. So we need to continue with follow-up communications. Then what are other things that we're doing consistently in the background to continue to nurture and educate? So one of those is the podcast, right? My podcast has had over 430 plus episodes. We will change out the marketing messaging inside of that, but the podcast will be done. You could be listening to this episode on the podcast. Also, the weekly lives, and I've got a big update regarding the weekly lives coming soon. And also monthly focus sessions and expert live sessions. So like I said, bringing our experts out to the community, showing people, those people that are teaching inside the paid community, let's bring them out and showcase those experts in this session that we do every week on the live. So expect, if you are somebody who gets accepted to be one of our experts, that you'll be coming on Strategy with Sally and you'll be getting invites to the podcast.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait. And
future podcasts.
Yes. And
channel. We would love to bring them in.
Yes, we'd like our own. I've already got a name idea for another podcast that is Jackie and I together with our community. And then also highlighting updates in regards to the software, right? Because every week the developers are dropping new updates. So I know what they are because I get the messages and I watch what the developers are putting out. But I thought we need to tell you so you can see some of the things that you think are a no-brainer. Oh, that doesn't it already do that? It's like, no, it doesn't. It's actually more complicated to code than you think. And then, of course, some team goals. Then our sales process. What is that? So we've really defined this out, and Jackie will be writing up the SOP. But, on the sales call, we'll finalize the payment. Also, before Jackie finishes the sales call or I finish the sales call, we'll be booking. So previously, we would get them to sign up and say, oh, you'll be getting emails to book your appointments. No, you will be booking them. Your onboarding calls on the sales call if you say yes. Then if they join the Elite program, we've got a contract that will go out. Actually, it's not a contract, it's a agreement. And that's more for the, non-disclosure, because inside the Elites, we do get quite personal about people's businesses and we want to know that what happens in the VOZ stays in the VOZ. Also, once you book those onboarding calls, we need to make sure these first two things are done, our top goal is within 7 days. The domain is connected, all the settings are set up, because those bigger things you'll never need to look at again, but it makes sure that the system works. And also, we've figured a better way to install the business in a box. So we're going to get you to complete a form, then we get all the information, and rather than you wasting your time setting things up that you don't need to do, we'll do it. We'll make sure everything functions. We can have the copywriter set up your first lead funnel for you, right? So all of this in 30 days. That is what we call our SLA, our service level agreement with our clients, with us. If we don't, then we're in breach of that. And then, of course, if we get it done for you, client, I need to do a mapping session with you to work out exactly what are the deliverables, what's in scope and what is not in scope. So straight after all of this has been booked, we then send additional emails to make sure. And finally, I love this, which is what I used to do in the Sparkle Class Academy. Every new client will be submitting a business assessment, because we want to know where you are now. Then we want to know where you are in 30 days, 90 days, and we're going to follow up with you every quarter. Because we want to see, one, your list is growing. I mean, we can't help you grow your list, but we can give you tips that you have to go out and do. But also your confidence level. When you start with us, I don't know if you've ever had one of those psychologist appointments or, brain doctor people, and you might go here in Australia, we go to the doctors, and the doctor will, every year, you can get, I think it's 6 or 10 free appointments with a therapist. But before you go, you have to submit what your mindset level is like in all different areas of mindset. And you've got to rank it from 1 to 5. 1 being never, 5 being always. So we want to do that in the business assessment. And the questions we will ask is, first, what is your growth mindset like? 1 to 5. But what is your marketing strategy like? 1 to 5. What is your confidence with automation and tech? 1 to 5. And then in 90 days' time, when we follow up, we want to see those little stars getting higher. So that way, especially with all of the new changes with having to prove results, we're already doing that. If you haven't heard, over in America, there's a lot of stuff going on right now where if you make a claim or a statement, you have to prove it. So I would recommend anybody who is in the service business that works with people to help them get, growth of some type, that you survey them before they start working with you, and then survey them in 3 months' time and see what the changes are. And now we have case studies, right, which is something that we're really lacking at the moment because we're so new. I could show you case studies from my old business, but that's not really helping this business because it's not proof that the current business is giving those results. Then onboarding and fulfillment. So for us, we want to make sure all accounts are activated, social media are linked, and the deadline for this is within the first 7 days. Do you know that some of the accounts that Jackie and I have gone into, when people are messaging saying that, they want to cancel, we go in there and guess what's happened inside of their account? Nothing. They've turned nothing on. We've given them a course. We've said we've pushed all of this automation into your account. You just have to watch the lessons and turn them on. Now, this is literally going to help them save so much time and increase their follow-ups, but there's nothing turned on. And this is another reason why we're thinking we're going to start doing more businesses in a box for people. Then The elite, we need to make sure the elites are onboarded correctly. They know where to go, how to communicate, where to get resources. And then with the business in a box, we've broken that down into stages. So within the first 7 days, the initial installation needs to go into the system. Within 21 days, we need to be ready for handover. However, I will need to go through and make sure everything works, right? Because it is mine and Jackie's name on the line. But at that 21-day mark, the team who is in charge of implementing reaches out to that client and books a handover call. By 28 days, we have to have delivered their top priority feature functioning. And at the 35-day mark, where they've been now using the system for anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks, we're going to pick up the phone and we're going to call them and say, just checking in, how is anything going? What's working well? But also, have you run into any challenges or setbacks or bottlenecks? The only way we know what they run into is by asking them. And how can we fix it if we don't know? And the funny thing is nobody will ring us and let us know that they've got problems. They just cancel. So we're trying to overcome that by getting in first, right? Making sure that they are satisfied. And then there are opportunities where we will have people who just buy the software and like, I can do it myself. But then they realize I don't know what I'm doing. And they want to join the elite program, or they realize, I don't want to have to do this by myself. Can you do it for me? And they cut a check for speed. Because to be honest, we could turn a business in a box on and set up automated and every button checked, every workflow checked easily within 2 weeks. Now you try to do that by yourself, could be 2 months. So maybe that investment in getting us to do it for you could be the right answer. Doesn't mean everyone's going to say yes, but we need to know where those opportunities are. So ask yourself, when you're talking and onboarding clients, is there an opportunity for an upsell or a cross-sell? Or, when you get to the end of a program, then what? Do you have a continuity program on the end or an additional upsell to increase that lifetime customer value, but really at the end of the day, to be able to help them more? And of course, when we do our mapping sessions, they may realize that, I need a VA. So they might want not only to get us to build for them, but then maybe they're like, yeah, but then I want someone to help me manage it. And they want a VA, or maybe they want more complex done for you solutions. And that's when you sort of get to the larger sort of scaling businesses. And then, of course, we come full circle back with reviews and referrals. And for us, this is going to be based on, and we're going to review each of these separately. Now, this isn't all reviews to just get them onto the Google reviews or the Facebook reviews or Trustpilot reviews. This is for the internal team as well, to make sure that we're hitting our targets. So after the onboarding, we will be sending a survey to find out how was the onboarding process. Also, the business in a box. How was the handover? And then at that 30-day mark, are you using the system now? That big thing that you spoke to the salesperson, either Jackie or myself, about when you said yes, are you now able to use that 30-day top priority target? And then, of course, once they love us, we hope they'll send people our way. And there's where karma comes back and reciprocity, that we have a really great affiliate program for you. So that was day 2. And then, of course, we came up with our guarantee, and yours could be not a free trial, right? There could be loads of different ways you can give a guarantee. We haven't set this up yet, but we've decided to do a 14-day free trial with the software, because that's going to also help us with the onboarding, making sure that the system is all set up with at least everything linked. If we hit our goal within 7 days, so by the time the 14-day trial is over, they're like, whoa, look at all this stuff I've got now that I never had in my business before. So then once we did that, we went through and we set some targets for our larger plans, and then we set our rocks. So our larger rocks are, here. So for Q1, what we want to do is finalize the processes for the documentation that we have for onboarding, right? We want to make sure that that process is scalable, which means if we were to bring somebody in, sure, they might have to learn how to do it first, but it's not hard, right? Once they've learned how to do it using our processes, and a big thing that I've put into my personal goals is learn one, do one, teach one. So for example, I'm going to be doing a few more onboarding calls to see what happens and, where the bottlenecks are. And, I'm working with one person in particular that's with a domain provider that isn't actually a domain provider. They're like an intermediate person that sold them the domain, and we're having issues connecting because we can't set up the C name stuff and A name stuff that you could normally do in like GoDaddy and places like that. I mean, this user is bound to have a system that's going to break because there's just no control, right? But we also need to have a system, so that would go to a sort of a higher tech person, but the basics of people who have got GoDaddy and, crazy domains, we should be able to onboard them easily, get their domains set up. It can be a bit tricky. And the thing with setting up domains is we need to have the client there because there'll be 2-factor authentication things that they need to click buttons on. If we could just do it without you, we would. Also, we have to launch our SaaS ads. So previously, we ran ads for Canva Made, Easy Challenge, and some other live events. But we haven't actually set up an ad that just sells the software. And also, if you didn't hear, our Facebook account and Instagram account, I lost everything. I cannot get into Instagram somehow thought OmniSAM was a fake business and I can't get it back. And now I can't even set up ads because of it. So we're working through that problem. So it's definitely one of our rocks because without paid ads, it's not going to help us get where we want to go. Now, I am sad to tell you all, but for this quarter, we've decided to remove challenges. There's other good things coming, but we need to focus more on our processes and systems, the people we are already serving. Even though I wish we could run a big campaign and bring in lots of new people, before we do that, we need to make sure that those that we already have are served to the level that we want to get them to as a team. So even though we ended the team retreat talking about the challenges, yesterday was our team meeting and we are not running challenges this quarter. So it's adjusted a lot of things. And we also realized that our Q1 goals were not achievable, right, Jackie? They were too audacious. Sure, the 10 years should be, but when I sat down after we, broke down our 10-year to our 3-year to our 1-year to our quarterly, and then I worked out how many leads I would need so that we could get enough sales calls, and then based off Jackie's results on sales calls and mine, what our closure rate is, we do not have the budget for those amount of ads to get the leads we want. And when we ran the Canva challenge, it was less than $4 per email. $4. In our space, in this software space, you're looking between $20 to $45 an email. I like it to land around the 25 to 30, and I'm happy with a 2.5% click-through rate on ads. So to do that, we realized that it was a very high 5-figure mark that we would need to hit our goal. So we've had to take a pill and slow down. Even though we want to go fast, let's get it right. Because honestly, Jackie and I have spent a lot of time stressed and worried about the clients that are not served. It makes me feel sick. I'm anxious when they're not happy. I know there are a lot of other agencies that I've worked with are like, yeah, who cares? That's all right. We'll just get the next one. I'm like, no. Let's fix this one. And then we are going to be running a business in a box workshop every single month. So this is what's happening instead of challenges. Every month, I'm going to run a business in a box. Now, this business in a box workshop is an overview of how to use the business in a box. We will be getting you to complete forms throughout the workshop with the stuff that only you can do. And then my team and I are going to take that and we're going to turn it all on for you. It's like you do not need to know how they make the car, but you need to know when you put the key in it and some petrol in it, it goes. So I don't expect that our clients have to have the tech skills and expertise that me and my builders have. So why are we trying to get them to turn everything from publish to draft, from draft to publish in all the automations that we've built that they don't need to know about how it works. They just need to know why it does the thing. So by running these every single month, all new users will have the opportunity to come and spend a day for their business, working on their business. That there'll be clients that have already had the business in a box turned on and they want more clarification on all the features that it has. There'll be brand new users who are filling in forms so that it makes it easier for us to turn it on. And for those who are already been using it for a really long time, they just might want a refresher because things change, right? So we are now going to implement that. Also, we are creating an affiliate campaign this quarter. Starting to implement by next month, but that will also become a regular event every month. And a big part is this. Customer support. This is why we're always also implementing all of these review questionnaires. We need to get it right. We need to be better. And we're going to slowly start creating playbooks for different types of automation. Now, this will be a year-long plan, but it will be something that in every quarter we're thinking of 1 to 2 types of funnels that we also want to create, like the workflow, the courses, the resources so they know how to use it. So some examples of that would be a webinar funnel, a book funnel, a particular white paper funnel, a blog funnel, right? Weekly live funnel. So all of these, over time, we'll have a whole library of these playbooks that different people come in. Now, like no e-commerce, we don't do e-commerce. Sure, coaches may have digital products that they set up in an e-store, but it's not like the type of e-commerce that, say, somebody who sells jewelry or handmade artists have. Very different. That requires a skill set that we've decided we do not want to do. That doesn't mean that we can't help set up e-com stores, but we're not going to be out there looking for e-commerce businesses. We're looking for service businesses. And if they have a few digital products or books or things they want to sell, their coaching programs can go into the e-com store, but it's not a lot of products that would happen if you had a Shopify store or an Etsy store. All right, so they're our quarterly rocks. What we're trying to achieve, we have had to remove these two for now. I'm hoping to bring them back next quarter. I did make myself very clear in the team meeting that I'm going to miss challenges. But that doesn't mean that we're not doing lives. And then we've broken everything down for each of these into what are the actual deliverables that we want at the end of the quarter. So, for example, seeking partnerships with organizations, by the end of this quarter, all we want is a list and a pitch deck ready. Then next quarter, we'll actually start reaching out. We've got too many systems to fix, and we don't want to be bringing on large corporations when we still don't have the customer support service down pat, right? The SaaS project, we've worked out exactly what we need done by the end of this quarter. Now, this will be always being iterated and improved, but this is our deliverables. We want the onboarding process dumb-proof for the team. Anytime we run into problems, we're starting to create a troubleshooting list. For example, like that client example that I gave you, where they've purchased the domain isn't actually the person, like that company that they bought through went and bought it from another company. So that client has no control over that domain. The only way to control it is to take control of the full domain. You can't even set up a redirect in it. It's really horrible. Two 2-hour sessions and we still haven't got it connected due to those problems. So, those bigger, we need those. We need those problems. Or that other client who has migrated an account to us and we set her up in a new account thinking that was the right thing to do, and then learned that no, when it migrates, use the existing account and then plug our systems into that rather than trying to plug her old system into our new system. And that's created a lot of headaches for myself and my team. Client support workflows and automation setup guides. So I have found I'm setting up like a Basecamp to-do list project for every new client so that it has a step-by-step checklist. Every time somebody comes on, we make sure all boxes are ticked. So out of all of these rocks, we actually are now down to, I'm not going to delete them because I'll need them for the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 rocks that we're focusing in on now. And all the decisions that we make on where we spend our time, we have to ask ourselves, is it helping one of the 5 rocks? Then from there, each of the people in our team, we've created a list of which person is involved with each of the rocks. So Sally's got a lot of rocks, right? I've got to help Jackie. Jackie's the lead on the partnership stuff, but I've still got to help Jackie. The SaaS setup for the ads, that's all me. The 3-day, actually we've changed it, 1 day, monthly, business in a box, and the affiliate stuff. And Sarah on our team is going to be really stepping up in that affiliate area this year as well. So I've done that for all of the full-time staff that we have so that everybody knows what they're responsible for. And then further down the line here, right, we've defined what are that staff member's key responsibilities. Then what are each of the activities for each of the rocks and when are they due by? So I'm slowly moving them into Asana. And then what are the measurables, right? We can have a due date, but what is the measurable to prove that that rock has been achieved? So, for example, the market research into partnerships, we want to identify by the end of the quarter at least 5 quality partnerships with a pitch deck for each. So next quarter, we can start reaching out to them. We want to drive 250 SaaS signups by the end of the quarter. That number needs to be fixed because that was part of our audacious goal number, and I haven't been through and fixed all the measurables yet in those because this was only yesterday's team meeting. Also, what is the performance on our ads? Remember, SaaS ads was one of our rocks. So we want a lead conversion rate of 10%. So for every 100 new emails, we would like to see 10 people join. Then challenge, we're not doing workshops. So this is really making sure anyone that comes in on a 14-day trial stays. And then we want to start really helping our affiliates because, sure, they bring us people, but do you know, when I sit and pay the affiliates every month, I'm like, thank you so much, literally one at a time. I enjoy clicking that little button to pay you all. And then with that, what are the dependencies? So for me to achieve my activities, what am I dependent upon? So I need the team. And I need certain tools set up. And then thinking ahead, and this is what we do right towards the end of the 3-day event with the team, is we start to think about all the problems that could arise through each of the rock that we're trying to achieve. So, for example, delays in the ad campaign approvals. Like, am I going to be able to get Facebook allowing me to run ads? If I have to set up a brand new Facebook account, does that mean that there's a waiting period to run ads? I don't know. Maybe. And then how does that affect our rock for starting to run ads for the software? Right? What if the affiliates aren't interested in being an affiliate? Like, they sign up, but they don't do anything. And we have actually some other news that I've got coming about this as well, about the affiliate program. So, Jackie, that's a very detailed overview of what we've achieved with our team retreat. I'm hoping that will inspire you to do it for yourself. I have a little update regarding the VTO, don't we, Jackie?
Yes, we do. We do.
Why don't you tell them while I can't find my book. It must be in the house still.
The book.
Yeah. Oh, Jackie's got it. Yeah, I had it in the house last night reading it again.
Like my Bible.
Yeah.
There's 2 Bibles actually that we do have here.
This one's in the office. Right. And there's another one for Jack.
Down. One is Traction by Gina Wickman and Profit First. And you can go onto their websites as well, because Traction also has a form that you can fill out for them that shows your current business situation in terms of your organization. So definitely have a look at them. Gosh, we should be their affiliates since we've been promoting them so much.
Right? One day I'm going to interview them both on the podcast.
I think we should. Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the EOS system, so there's more EOS books. I actually bought all of them. This isn't all of them. This is the other 2. This one is for the leader. Traction is for the leadership team. This is for your general staff. And there's another book called Rocket Fuel, and that's for the founders. And the founder is usually made up of a visionary and an integrator. And Jackie's definitely stepping into that integrator role with making sure that the team are accountable and on their deliverables. But let's tell them about the VTO workshop that we did discuss about running it this month. Jackie, what have we decided to do?
So because of the numbers of the VTO registration and looking at our goals as well, we decided that we're not going to have the 3-day challenge.
Or it's really a GSD. It's a full, yeah.
It was a GSD, yes. But what we are doing is we're going to give you the course instead to go through so that you can take the time to go through the course, because we already created a course with that. However, we will still check in with you with your business, with where you're at.
Yeah.
Because what we looked at is, when we looked at the VTO, this isn't actually aligned with our goals. Very, very transparent about our business with everyone. And when we looked at this initially, we thought, okay, this currently isn't aligned with what we want to do. And what we need to focus on isn't our priority. Our priority really right now is customer service, is really fixing those systems and processes that we need to make it a very smooth experience for our clients, because our main product is software. So we've got to remind ourselves of that too. What our core focus is, and coming back to that. Although this is something that, you know, of course, we want to give to our clients as well, because this is something that we do believe, you know, we walk the talk, we teach you what we apply ourselves, and this is something that we want you to apply within your business as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the course, the online course, so you can go through it.
Yeah. And as you can see, I've put our core focus on the screen, and you can see that that is creating simplified business systems. So the VTO, you definitely need it for your business. And I was doing it by myself every year before I had a team. But that's not the passion of our business, is creating simplified business systems, not setting up your rocks, right? It's creating the systems to save you time so you can hit your rocks. And then what we do best is automation and AI to streamline processes. It is not helping you set your income goals. So even though I love it, I think we're best served for you focusing, like Jackie said, on the software, helping you with that. And all of those who are going to do the VTO, I have a copy of the 3-day event that we've run in the past that I know people have been through without us and implemented. I'm going to move that out of Kajabi and bring it over into our courses. And as soon as it's been migrated, we'll let you know. But to be honest, I did it without a course. Read the book. Read the book. Right? And it's not just the VTO. There are other larger parts of the EOS system that is in the book to do. VTO is a good thing at the start of the year, but also I'm just trying to look at the 6 major components of the EOS system. So one is vision. That's what the VTO is, the Vision Traction Organizer. It's a 2-page document, but you've got to read the book to answer the questions to then fill in the sheet. The second part of the EOS system is people, right? Making sure that you have the right people in the right seats. And Jackie's in charge of HR. And she's trying her best to make sure we're finding the right people. The third component is data, measuring your sexy numbers. So that is your scorecards, right? And who is accountable for your data. Really, you've got to put all your ego aside when it comes to data, and you've just got to look at it with a data-driven brain, a strategic brain, so you are making the right decisions. The third thing is your issues list. When you have issues, first, if you can foresee them and fix them, awesome. And if you can't, how will you fix them? And issues list is huge. We're implementing a new ticket system, which sometimes I love and other times I'm like, holy shit. Yesterday
And
afternoon,
implementation.
I told you, yesterday afternoon after the team meeting, I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this. But I continue. The 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one is process. So you know our process is the customer's life cycle, but we also have other processes. We've got the tagging process. We've got the sales process, right? We've got the demo process. And we've got to continue to really get those better. And then the final one is traction. What it means is bringing everything together and execute. Just like if you make a vision board, it's great to have a vision board, but then what? You cannot get where you want to go without, well, as they say in EOS, traction. Jackie calls it inspired action. I think that's what you call it in your...
Inspired imperfect action.
Yeah, I just call it get shit done or imperfect action, right? So as long as you're doing the doing. All right,
Yes.
so that's our little update regarding EOS. The VTO. It's not happening. But what is happening in regards to live events? So let me bring up the VOZ calendar. Oh, nope, wrong button, Sally. Which one is it? This? No, I've got to come over here. There it is. All right, so this is our week this week. Let me just turn off the team stuff. So as you can see...
A bit blurry, Sally.
Yes. So this is in the Zoom. I can tell you on the live stream it's perfectly fine, but let me share screen for the ones in Zoom. Which screen am I looking at? This one. All right, just sharing for the Zoom people. All right. So install the VOZ calendar if you haven't already got it. This is for the elites. So you will see that we will be having our regular VOS VOZ open for you Tuesday through Friday with a guaranteed team member in it from 9 till 3. Also, the regular strategy with Sally session is in there, followed by tech at 10. Now, I know we've gone overtime today, but we've got so many updates that need to be done for the community. And then every day there's tech at 10. So the other experts will be running tech sessions, and then we're just going to put our hand up and see who wants to run the one on Friday. Then I'm taking over copywriting for this year. So copywriting until we find a copywriter inside the community who may want to. But with our copywriter, we have to ensure that they know our system, our process, our style, the 7 stages of the customer's life cycle, all of those things the copywriter needs to know. But if I'm running copywriting sessions, bring me your landing pages, bring me your blog posts, bring me something live to those sessions, and I will review them, right? And the easiest way for me to edit would be to bring them to me in a Google Doc, and you can share that doc with me, and I can help you improve them. But if they are a landing page of a funnel, then... because you're in OmniSAM, I've got all the power. I can jump in and edit live for you. Then we've got graphics session. I'm in discussions to see if I can get someone there. Otherwise, I may jump in for now. And then mindset with Jackie on the Friday. And we'll be definitely putting in the rest of the experts. I know Jenny Williams, I haven't reached out to you yet, but Jenny Williams has put in a proposal to be an expert for the year, and I've looked at her topic suggestions and they're looking pretty good. So we'll be having a conversation with you and anybody else who is thinking of being an expert and would like to raise their hand to have that opportunity. Let us know. Would you commit to weekly, fortnightly, or monthly? And send us a list of topics so that we can review them and make sure that the topics that you're thinking of serve our audience. Now, they do not have to be tech related. They could be anything that would help our target market that are in the elites. And we shared that with you before. So I know Jenny will be doing things probably like imposter syndrome, right? And I know there's a whole list of amazing things. All right. So then let's head into February. So week 1 always will look the same, okay? Except that, of course, there'll be some more experts. And week 2 of every single month, I'm going to be running an affiliate training. So in that affiliate training, I'm going to teach different strategies for talking to people, for introducing the software, for different ways of positioning the software. But if you're in network marketing or in any type of sales role, these are also going to be helpful for you too. So they are to help you promote OmniSAM, but the strategies and the tips I'm going to be giving will be things that I did to become the number one team builder in network marketing for all of APAC and number 3 in the world for the company I was in. So I'm going to be sharing things like the napkin technique and, there's so many, the 4 Bs, right? There are lots of strategies I used to teach to my team in network marketing that I'll be bringing into these sessions. And also, we will be setting up incentives every month as well. And I really want to model what I've done as being affiliates for other companies, like in Kajabi, when you hit a certain amount of active subscribers, you get presents. Like I got a pair of AirPods. I got a puffer jacket that my daughter loves. I got a coffee mug, actually, that's back there somewhere. But these little incentives. And then we'll be looking for super affiliates, and they will actually get special titles. Now, I don't know if we'll implement it this year because we've got too many other things on, but I did tell Jackie that I want to create certifications for OmniSAM as well. Now, OmniSAM has so many different applications. What I want to give certifications in different areas. So you can go through a training and become certified on the other end. So for example, maybe you become certified in, funnel building, or maybe you become certified in the life cycle or copywriting, using our techniques that we teach. So that if you want to become more than just an affiliate, later there'll be opportunities to become a partner. So if you love the tech, and we get jobs in, we can refer them to you. But by next year, not this year, we'll be having a marketplace of people who are accredited in OmniSAM that we can then refer people to for certain jobs that we don't want to do. Again, karma, pay it forward, reciprocity. But that'll happen. So mark it in your calendar. It'll be Thursday, second Thursday of every month. Then on the 3rd Thursday of every month, we are going to run a sneak peek inside of the Elite program. So that means anybody who is not an elite will get an invitation to come in and experience the VOZ. Come to the expert sessions, see if it's something that they would like to have. And again, this is also positioning those affiliates who get, say, free trial people to get them in and make sure they're active in the community and getting everything set up so that they can be sticky for the affiliates as well. And then, is it not in here yet? Hang on. Here. Oh, maybe I had to move it here. Is it sitting in the right place? Maybe. Okay, I have to fix Feb. Have I not turned it on yet? Oh, I haven't pulled it over yet. Hang on, let me just go back to the team one so I can show you because I haven't pulled it into the VOZ calendar yet. All right, so here we will also have a 1-day workshop from 8 till 3 on the third Thursday of every month. So that'll run from 8 till 3, and that's the session that all new users or existing users who want a refresher on what all of the awesomeness inside the business in a box is available to you. So this will be a consistent thing that now will happen every third Thursday of the month. And I do recommend, I always say repetition, immersion, and model a proven practice. I mean, I was just looking back at some of the things that I've learnt on repeat, and I watch the same stuff over and over and over and over again because you don't remember everything and you'll always hear something new. I think once Sarah was a prime example of that. She came to the List Growth Made Easy training, the challenge, the click by click GSD session so many times. And then one day she came along and she's like, oh, I get it now. Now I understand what the gap is, right? She'd heard the word many times, but just in like months or years, it was a very long time. All of a sudden she knew, she kind of sort of knew it, but then all of a sudden the light bulb went off. And I do see that a lot in software, where I've had clients coming in and watching me set up systems over and over again, and then all of a sudden a light bulb goes off. Or when I measure the metrics, there's one client I had, Lucia, I'll never forget. I was measuring the metrics in her funnel, and I used to do this every week, and I do it with her in the room and would give suggestions of where to change things. And all of a sudden she's like, oh, Sally, I see the hole. I see the gap. Even though I'd been measuring every week for a few months, all of a sudden she could see the hole herself of where the leads were getting stuck, right? So repetition immersion, I would highly recommend that if you can, even if you can't attend live, just listen while you're cooking dinner or something, if you've already done it before, because you never know what you'll hear that all of a sudden a big light bulb moment goes off. All right, so that is the VOZ, but also we have our live streaming events. Now, you all know, right, that I only live stream on a Tuesday, but that is about to change. Here we go. So this is our live streaming event. This is today, right? This calendar is what goes out to the general public. But look what happens when we hit next week. So every week let's actually go to February when everything gets turned on. I'm missing one in here. Let me check this calendar. It probably hasn't been moved over yet, this one. Yeah. All right, let me just go back and move it into the calendar. So go to today. Make sure I'm at the start. It doesn't start until February. This one here. Just going to copy to public calendar. Save. So every week I will be live for Strategy with Sally. But every Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream with a demo of the software and also open to Q&A. So this is for people who are using the software and want to learn more, or those who are considering the software and they want to see. Now, I got this idea from Ecamm. Every week, Ecamm does a live stream that shows how beginners can use the software. And I'm like, what a great idea. And I've always wanted to implement it, and we have finally worked out a way to fit it into my calendar. And eventually, we will have someone on the team who can do that for me. But for now, it's going to be me. And then every Friday, I'm going to do another live. Now, don't worry about these longer times because they may be shorter, and that is definitely not supposed to be that long. I think it's that long for prep time and everything, but it will probably only be an hour unless it's really amazing. But I'm going to go live and share every new developer drop. So whatever's been updated in any of the different areas of OmniSAM, I'm going to share it with you. Like, last year there was all of a sudden, because on the calendars, you couldn't link a checkout to a calendar. Now you can. You'll actually end up being really surprised at some of the updates. You'll be like, didn't it already do that already? But it's not an easy thing to program and code as a developer. So every week I'll be going live and sharing developer updates as well. And on top of that, in that session, I'll also be sharing any updates that's happening inside of our community. So as well as the weekly release, I will also be sharing any updates to the community. So, and I've got a few other fun ideas for that session, games and prizes and things like that. So they're new updates in regards to the live training. But Jackie, what I'm going to need is a really awesome team doing fulfillment so I can spend more time on lives, right? So you're in charge of the team. We're starting to delegate well. And finally, before we go to go dark with the team, with the team and the ones that have come in here, is I want to talk to you about the new community setup. And this is specifically for our done-for-you clients and also for the elites. So as you all know, we have a GSD Facebook group for OmniSAM, and we also have a Facebook user group for OmniSAM. Now, we're still going to utilize Facebook, but Facebook is really, it's full of ads and it's really hard to sometimes track things. And, you know, really at the end of the day, now that Facebook took away all of my ability to run ads, you know, they've literally cut me off. You know, you should not build your business on other people's land. So it's not that we won't be using those groups, but for all the elites and any other users, we are moving you into our community. I'm in the process of setting up our own community app, so you will be able to install it on your phone as an app to get into the community. And the other great thing about the community is notifications, and everybody's in one place. So let me show you the community. So here inside the community, and I'm still cleaning up this channel section, everything with the white dot will be available to the general public. I'm probably going to close a couple of these off from the general public at the moment, like collabs, I think is really more for elites because they're paying for the community. Then also inside the community is we can lock down different channels, and this is just a test, Jenny. We can lock down different channels based on the level of products that you've got. So all the general public will see these, the elites can see these, and any clients, we're not sure yet. I don't think we're going to be using this for clients, but you could do this. Now, let me tell you what I'm showing you, you can do in your community because it's built inside of OmniSAM. Okay, so all of these are like your normal sort of announcement boards. You put an announcement up and then people can like, they can comment, they can add videos underneath, right? They can put replies, just like Facebook, replies under replies. But also in here, we can put courses. So if you are an elite, you should see the word open on here. If you own the product, you should see open. If you don't, then you can purchase. So this is good for, say, our general public who want to learn about the elites. And if they have the product, when they click open, it launches into the actual course itself for what you get as an elite member. All the same with the Canva challenge. And we'll be adding more and more of that into the community. I'm still, by the end of this week, my goal is to have this functioning. The next is events. I've already started to put all of the events in. Can any community member in Zoom right now, can you tell me if you got an email notification today about Strategy with Sally at all? Can you check your emails? Otherwise, I may have to go and check the settings for events if they're turned on. And also, I only did these yesterday, so I'm not sure. They may not have gone out because I believe that they go out one day before. And I don't know if this was in there one day before, but it was set up with a 1 day before notification. So, but those events will show up Also, you can change the view of the events. So you can see the elite member only events and all the other live events. Now, something that we haven't discussed yet, but something that we can do is the more you interact, we can start to gamify this. So when you get to certain levels here, we can give you presents or coupon codes or swag or who knows, right? So the more you interact in here, the more points you get, and then eventually there'll be a whole list of rewards dependent upon what level you're at. So that's pretty cool, right? That's so much better than Facebook. And it's ad-free. Jackie and I have got to make a video to stick up here, but there is a bit of a description here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send an invite link to everybody. So if you're using OmniSAM, this will be the place to go for just users, elites, and done for you. So let me find my little chat. If you're not in there, there's the link. Click the button and request to join. And that should have gone out on all of the live streams as well. So really, we're just migrating everyone in here so that you have more features. And not only that, it's the same as what it will look like, but of course, your colors and everything, if you build your own community. So go play in ours and see what you like, and then you can start looking at setting up your own community. So that's for the community. And then ticketing, I need to give you an update on ticketing. So we have a new button in OmniSAM. So at the moment, you all know about the purple chat button. This is currently an outsourced team that we hire to manage this. There is no sound. There's sound for me. Is everybody else got lost sound? No, everyone else has got sound? Thank you. We will be bringing this chat internally, but I'm halfway through setting it up. So no soon. Remember, I used to say that the chat support can only help with tech questions. Once our team is managing it, they will also be able to answer done for you client questions and also be able to answer elite and any other training and event type questions. So it will go beyond just tech. So we'll be taking over that. Our goal is by the end of this month that this will go live with a new chat, no longer outsourced to just a tech team, but internally. And Sarah and John will be the main points of contact. And I know it's 24/7 and we're going to see how we go, but there is a 3-hour gap right now between John and Sarah, where we hope one of them's awake to hear the ping. But we'll fill that gap once we can. Now, that's one thing to show you about support in app. Now, the other thing is everybody will have this new button down here on the left-hand side. On this button, when you click this, it will launch our knowledge base. So previously, and the knowledge base itself, our goal is to have everything in here by the end of the quarter. But currently, our knowledge base is over here at help.omnisam.com.au. So this is our current knowledge base, and there's a lot more articles in this one. And 3 pages of help articles, fully searchable. We will be migrating all of this over into this. That's our goal by the end of the quarter for that. Now, why won't you disappear? Hang on, let me just... I don't know if I'm clicking on the right screen because I've got too many screens open. You know me. Jackie, when she got here from Sydney, she's like, Sally, when she saw my screen. All right. Give me one moment while I fix that. Okay. So everybody will now have this support desk. Just know that the knowledge search base right now is not full. We're still adding to it. But also, if you have a question, you can submit a ticket now. So there is a button in here, and this is where we recommend if you have any issues that maybe you're not getting done through chat, or you just have a question that doesn't require you to sit in chat, you can submit a ticket. It goes into our brand new ticketing system that we're still trying to work out how to use properly, but it also ensures that we answer your questions in a timely manner. Also, if you send an email to support@omnisam.com.au, that email will automatically now be created as a ticket. So previously, we only had one email address. So the one email address was hello@omnisam.com.au. That is still our marketing email address. So all of our marketing and also our replies and things will go out through that. But anything for paid users, members, or clients, users, this is our verbiage as well. Users are people who are using the software only. People who are part of our community, they're members of the elites, and anyone who's paying for the done-for-you services or hiring our VAs that are OmniSAM trained, they're our clients. So that's how we distinguish them within our own internal communications. And we're not to interchange the word customers and clients. We have to use the right words so we're all speaking the same language. But you can now email support, and that will be generated as a ticket, and that email address is only for users, clients, and members. We will not be using it for marketing, okay? And it all filters into this new ticketing system. So hang there, guys. Stay with us. A lot has changed since the team retreat. Jackie and I did not really take a great break, did we, Jackie? We were still doing calls, and normally during a team retreat, we do not do client work. But I can tell you, Jackie and I was still fixing things outside of team retreat and taking meetings, the joys of startup. So as we close off today's live of all the updates, Jackie, do you want to say anything while I just quickly go back through what everybody has popped into the chat? There's some of the people like Karen here has put in her goals to launch her perch business. You're doing F2F. Continue my life of learning. Use OmniSAM to gain increased understanding of marketing systems and other successful people to help others. Whoops, I didn't get to the end of that. To help others as well as grow your online business. Learn, adapt, action, implement, and succeed. Excellent. I want some more SMART goals from you. Something we can measure. So learn OmniSAM, but what? What's your top priority in OmniSAM to learn first, right? Make a list of priorities because you don't have to use all the features either. Now, your goal is to launch Perch. What would you consider launched? What does launched mean to you? Okay, so get a little bit more specific, and you need 3 to 7 major rocks. And make sure they're measurable. All right. Next one. Karen says, great to see transparency, offering an understanding of OmniSAM and our own individual growth. So important to have compassion for ourselves and never give up. Yes, and keep improving. So my word of the year is fun. What's everybody else's word of the year? Jackie, what's your word of the year?
Balance.
Jackie's going to help me with balance, and I'm going to bring fun back to my business life. I started hating business after Mum died. I really did. I have not been so excited about a business ever since joining up with Jackie. Yes, transparency, right, Jackie, is one of our big values. We share it all. And you elites can even get to hear exactly all our numbers and what we do right and wrong. Not that it's wrong, it's a learning, right, Jackie?
Our figures are not hidden.
That's for sure.
We also do that because we want to show people that what it's like to run a business, to start a business, and the challenges. Because a lot of the people you see out there, they tell you all these beautiful things, etc. But the actual thing is, there are challenges that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
Right. But also to know that these challenges you can also overcome. Right. Yeah. So share this so you can learn as well.
Oh, I forgot to mention once a month, Jackie. The fourth Friday. Fourth Friday.
Oh, our campfire.
Yes. Due to popular demand. Once a month, Jackie and I are also going to do a live campfire chat where we share everything that's happened in the last month, how our progress is going. Right,
Yeah,
and good and bad, and all
good and
the
the
bits,
bad,
and
right?
all the bits in between.
And all the bits in between.
Joanne wrote, every wonderful company has growing pains and staff issues. You both know your stuff. You're dedicated, organised, and loved. Oh, and you'll figure it out. We all learn so much from you. Thank you so much. Right, Tracy says she's in the BIB, Business in a Box setup stage. That's all right. The request form has not yet been created. It's coming, Tracy. It's coming. But let us meet up because I'm doing many Business in a Box updates as well to bring them in line with the customer's life cycle. So I'm going to do a few first and then I'm going to hand it over to the team. But we're going to have to go through all of those 60 plus niches that we've already built it for and fix a few areas. Jenny got lost. Yes, new VOS, Jenny, new VOS. All right. That's all here. Jenny likes the live demo. All right, so who come up? I'll bring up a few people. Raise your hand. Who would like to come up and share what did you like best about all the updates and all the releases? Raise your. Oh, I'm just going to call Jenny. Jenny, come on up. Let me see if I can. There she is, Jenny. What did you like best about what you heard?
Well, I like the extra lives that you're going to have. I'm probably not going to be able to come to the Friday one, but definitely the Wednesday one, and I look forward to coming that and seeing that.
Yeah, awesome. And once I've got, like, my goal is by the end of this year, I can take a step back and just focus on going live and making content for you. And I know the team has got it all handled, but for now, I'm oversight. You will all be getting a notification soon too if you're a done-for-you client. We are assigning project leads. So they're accountable for making sure that your project gets completed, and we're tracking all of those metrics and things as well. So we're still finalising that because a couple of team members have got a sick child at the moment and we need to finalise a few things within the team internally, but that's also coming. What about Alison? Hello, beautiful. What are you looking forward to about this year and all the updates that you were able to hear?
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late being
okay.
in Queensland.
Oh,
Too much to do in the morning. So I'm really happy, Sally, because I was talking to you about this before, about the ticketing system. I sent you a few emails going, yay. So the fact that we can just click on a button now and send an email and, that's just pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I spent my break updating pulling more of my website over onto OmniSAM, which is really exciting because my goal is to get that launched hopefully this week if I can get your help.
Yeah.
I've got a wee little project in the background which I'm not going to share until I've done it, which is all based on a product that I'm working on in OmniSAM. So that's pretty exciting as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that'll go because I have to go to New Zealand in a couple of weeks for my son. So I'll be doing work in between, taking him to specialists and physios and goodness knows what. I don't know what it's going to look like. So, but those 6 weeks or so might be a bit slow, but yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, and I have to say, I've got all my emails up and running, so they're literally kicking over from month to month now. The bug that was there I fixed that up, and I'm getting so much what do you call it, like people are getting back to me on emails, and I've got this really beautiful backwards and forwards engagement going on at the moment with all of my clients, which I've never had in my whole life, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm just in the middle of writing an email, so I've been sort of half listening to and half writing an email. So normally at this time of the month I would be literally texting like 30 or 40 people to say that we have our spiritual mentoring circles happening on Saturday. I'm now setting up a template to write an email to go out to 50 people. I don't have to send separate text messages to everyone. Eventually it'll all just happen automatically, but I'm still doing it a little bit manually on OmniSAM. But yay!
Yay, well done. So that's so good to hear the engagement increase in the emails. And with those long-term nurture emails, like the weekly, that's also increasing your deliverability by them running in the background. So when you do go to send promotional emails, you're going to get into the inbox better. But to hear that people are now replying and starting engagement and conversations because of that long-term nurture and just the consistency, right? Like once you do those 2 years of emails, like every week, you don't have to worry about sending an email just to give value. And the same, like for those that are starting to schedule content out on social, when you start seeing those posts go up regularly, takes a little bit. It's a bit of a slow burn, but eventually engagement grows out on social as well. But yay, Alison, that's
amazing.
Really great metrics, right?
It's crazy. I'm getting like actual, instead of zeros in my weekly report from OmniSAM, I'm actually getting numbers. I do have a couple of questions, but I won't go into that now, just about how do I know? And everyone's going to ask these questions sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
How do I know exactly who is opening their emails, who's clicking, except rather than going through every single person? And just a hint for other people as well. And I spent 2 hours on Zoom with Patty over the holidays, just helping her with some of those little bugs in the background with the email. And but I've got the way I've set up my email template. I've got some little links down the bottom. So I put in a monthly PDF. So each week of the month, there's a PDF which are just a mantra. So they have 4 mantras for the month. And then each week I put in a little mini meditation that I channel through, and I've just started recording those, and I've just put those into the media assets, and then I link them in at the bottom of the email. So just a little bit of a hint for everyone.
Yeah.
Just simple little things like that.
Oh.
And people click on those links and that gets the engagement going, and then they text me and go, oh my God, that was so cool.
So
Amazing.
what you need to do
excited.
is set up some trigger links, right? So when you set up a trigger link, a trigger link means that when they click on the link, it will trigger something. So you can trigger that they have clicked. And from that, you could put them into a funnel that says, a pipeline where you can see who's engaged. So they'll drop down into a pipeline. And another thing that we could do on that is also run some math that once they've clicked, say, 5 emails, that person needs a call from you, right? Because they're highly engaged, because they're always not just opening, but clicking. So we can have the tech teams and the guys sit with you and work through trigger links. And I'll add it to one of the lessons that I teach as well. But let me see also if the help desk, also let's have a look here, trigger links. Okay, so there's a few. So if you go to, I'll just do this, but also for you in the room, I will do this. So I just put trigger links in here, and you'll see workflow triggers from links clicked. Yep, and how to set up trigger links. And then you can attach them to a workflow. So, the triggers at the top, you'll be able to choose a link.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes, I've got little questions like that about how do we track who's doing what, and but I'm going to start writing a big list of those, and then I can maybe just email, because I'm sure there are things that everyone's going to come up with those questions at some time. So there are things you can cover off in the VOS, you know, when you
Yeah.
do your little half
Love
hour or
that.
hour special
Yeah.
session. So
email it to support. It'll be created as a ticket. And you know what's
yes.
cool about the new ticketing system? I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. Is you can turn a ticket into a knowledge base article. So it can sit there, then someone goes in and writes the knowledge base article and then publishes it to the help desk. So the more FAQs that we have coming in will also help us to populate that knowledge base area as well.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I'm still learning ticketing. I can tell you when we first started working in this ticketing system, I wanted to have it fully launched by the end of the year. That didn't happen and I was very disappointed. And all the feels and the
Sally.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I was just going to say, before you go on, I just want to say a shout out to Karen. Hi. She's just come onto OmniSAM. She's really new, and she's up here on the Sunshine Coast. So we've met through another link, and I'm so excited that Karen's joining the OmniSAM team and the OmniSAM family. So hello, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Thank you. Hi, I'm loving it.
Well, come on up, Karen. Share with us. Something's gone wrong with my. I'll fix it later. But Karen, come on up. Just start talking, and you'll come on screen.
Okay. Hi. Well, thanks, Alison, for talking about OmniSAM. I am loving it. It's something I have been looking for a while, but wasn't happy with what I saw. And I feel that it just fits with all my values, my vision, and basically, when the student's ready, the teacher appears is one of my greatest philosophies. And I feel that that's what's happened. I obviously have joined in the middle of Christmas and that, so a bit frustrated because I'm so eager to get going and just needing to slow down a little bit. But I'm learning so much every single day. Which is awesome, and seeing how I can also implement a lot of the things you're putting in place into my own business, which I love seeing that. So thanks, Alison. And yes, I'm here and definitely have already referred one or two people as well. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, Jackie, we need to sign off. Something's wrong with my streaming stuff, but that's all right. You know, we just keep on rocking. Final remarks as we shut down the live stream, and then we'll continue working with those who have turned up here in the room and answer any questions. And don't forget, we also have our builders in the room, Mark and John. Bianca is in the social, Sarah's community, and yeah, Jackie, final parting words for our first official stream of 2025.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. And we're very, very excited. We're really excited with all the changes and things that we're going to be working on this quarter. And again, like I said, we would very much just be patient with us, and please do reach out to us. We don't know what we don't know, which means we don't know if you don't have a problem and you don't come to us, we don't know that. So please do reach out to us as well so we can help you. We're here to make your experience amazing. We have something amazing here, and we want to show you what you can do for you. We're excited. We're excited this year.
We are. Oh my God, so much. All right, guys, have a fabulous day. I've got no outro scene. I'm just going to say goodbye and shut it down. And feel free to go join that community group so we can get you all in there. And I saw a few people said that they don't have the open button. I literally just added the courses in last night, and just give me a bit of time. I've got to add and make sure the right people have been granted the right things. But yeah, I'm hoping that the community will be looking awesome, and everything should be working by the end of this week. But this is where we're going to be shutting Basecamp down. But that's just for the elites. If you're a done for you client, you will still have your own projects in Basecamp, and we will be using Basecamp for onboarding in the future. So everyone will end up all new clients will. But yeah, we're going to move, because too many places. We're going to move everybody that isn't a done for you into the community only instead of base camp. All right. Bye for now. Elite, stay. We'll be back. I'm going to shut the live down. Bye.